Happy to see you guys again. Decided to do a little change up as today is Saturday and not Monday, as I said last time. But I felt like I wanted to go ahead and finish up my shape today so I can get riding on it. Because my board, as I was skating today, I noticed it was just not as good as it could be. So I need something a little fresh, something a little new. So we're going to be shaping this bad boy up today. Let me get this camera set up right. Just give me a second, guys. Give me a second here. There we go. That's a little better. Now, can you see me? You can't. You can barely see me. I need to go lower. Seems like every time I'm making a video, I'm sitting here messing with the camera and stuff before I even get anything going. That's just not going to work, right? It's not going to work. But that'll be alright for now. Okay. So, I have regular nose, regular tail. Do I want a square tail? Do I? Could be different. Let's see what it's going to look like. We're going to use this as a reference, just because I really like the way that this one is. Whoa, it's got a long tail, that's for sure. We're not going quite that long. We'll go like right there, maybe. Something like that. It's about even. Now I'm doing this just to save myself a little bit from having to square it off and redraw the whole thing. I figure this will give me the best of both worlds. 'Cause I'm not being too precise with it. I'm just drawing it out to see what it's going to look like. Curious. Like I said, I've only skated a square tail a few times, and it was somebody else's. I've never set one up myself, and I've heard people say that I gotta try it. Sounds pretty awesome. Sounds like it could be fun. I think I'm willing to give it a try. There we go. Alright. Just throw my pencil around too. Now, I don't know if you can see these lines here. That's what we're going after, the wider of the two. Maybe I could draw it in a little bit better. Something like that. It's not bad. A little uneven. I don't know. Maybe it's the camera not being right. Yeah, it's a little uneven. Seems. Yeah, that is. It needs to go over kind of like that. And obviously this needs to come up like that. It makes it feel like it's a bit of a longer part of it, but it's not bad. Get this thing a little bit lower. There we go. Right about there. hard to be precise with this and not get too much. I feel like it's still too much. But it's not even on the rest of it. That's part of the problem. Is that this like that. It's a trial and error sometimes, you never know. Just gotta try out things, see if it looks better or not. Like this one looks pretty good. This one I think would turn out pretty nice. Lighting is just not good. Oh, actually, I think it's just the angle I'm viewing it at, maybe. I don't know. So what we're looking at here is maybe something. Maybe something. You ever skated a square tail? If you have, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know what you think about them versus just a regular popsicle shape. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Are they worse? Are they better? I just don't know. So, I think we're ready to cut. I'm going to set you up right there. Cords and shit everywhere, man. Things everywhere. Alright. Almost ready to cut. Okay. We'll see if that'll stay. I bet you it'll pop. Alright. I know what you're thinking, right? Like great production value. Don't worry, I think it too. Great production value. Alright, like I said, if you have any questions about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, why I'm not doing certain things, let me know. I'd be happy to help you figure it out. We are shaping a personal skateboard for myself. It's going to be an 825 32 roundabouts. It's a mellow shape, so not too much concave. I'm not. When you get too much concave, it gets a little crazy. I just had an idea. Check this out. Alright. So, what I'm thinking. I'm going to turn this around. This might be crazy, but we're going to try to cut and film right here, same time. Right about there, maybe? Yep. Sorry about that, I'm trying here. There we go. Okay. Let's see how we did. What's up, Casey? If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. Any concerns, comments? Just, want to say what's up? And that's cool too. So, got another one of these. Y'all see this stack behind the door here. Look at this. That's just a stack behind the door. So many of them. So many. I don't know what to do with them all. There's just so many of them. Alright, so. That's a little better. Right there. That's what we got. Square tail. There's a rough shape right here. We still got some refining to do with it. Man, put that thing too tight. Alright. Got to be able to adjust that camera. There we go. So like I said, this is a rough cut. We're still 825 wide. 32, I think it was dead on 32 last time I measured it. 32 and a quarter, but that's alright. Once we start sanding in it, it'll probably lose some of that. Like I said, if you have any questions about what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, please hit me up. You can comment right there, or you can hit us up privately if you want to also. So let's go ahead and start cleaning this up, make it a little bit better. We're going to slide over here to our flat saw, or flat sander. This thing is pretty great, but that angle is not going to work, is it? You're not going to be able to see, and I'm going to have my back to you. Yeah, that's not going to work. There we go. get it going. No mask today, I'm just He-Man in it. Said hi. What up? How y'all doing? Y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns? Let me know. Starting to get a little dusty in here. I got the fan on. It's cool. We're getting something. That's the first one. This is rough. I haven't done anything to it yet. Not yet. Hard to get that just right, you know? Hard to get it. So we're working on it. Sorry about that. All that back and forth with the zooming. Okay, I'm just gonna stop touching it. So this is what we got here. Still feel like it's gotten real close, but that's what we're looking at. Sorry, I gotta tuck my shirt in. This is not a statement for fashion. This is just safety. Safety. Anyways, here's what we got here. Looks pretty good. So you can't look at the circle, the curved lines of the popsicle shape. It's going to throw you off. Because that, even though it is centered, it just looks like it's more on this side. But when you look at it from the back, it does actually. It does look like it's more than that one. I think we may have to hit that a little bit more. Good call. Alright. Got it back to where it needs to be. That looks nice. That looks nice. Would you skate this? Let me know in the comments below, right? Somewhere, wherever. I don't know. Yeah, let me know if you would skate this particular shape. This is a 825. I think it's an 833 actually. I think I've been saying this wrong the whole time. Mellow shape, so it's not a whole lot of concave, as you can see right there. Yeah, no, you don't want to look at me, I'm sorry. Now, we're ready to break out this bad boy. Right here. What we're going to do with that, we're going to take these edges from a sharp point to a nice rounded over curve. Now first of all, I'm going to drop this tripod a little bit. There we go. I want you to get an up close view of what we have happening here. Something like that. There we go. Let's see if that's not too close. Had an idea. Try to get you a little bit closer to the scene of what's happening here. Sorry, I was dusty. I know. Awful. But we now have our shape, whoa, all smoothed out. As always, I do appreciate you guys joining me here for this shaping adventure we're doing here. It's awful dusty in here today. It's like this fan isn't doing anything. Maybe if I do that, just blow it right at my face. That'll help. Whew. Okay. We have our smooth, rounded shape. Now we're going to refine that a little bit with our hand sander. And then get that tightened up a little bit. Let me turn the camera around so you can see a little bit better at what we're talking about here. See how that's unkempt right there? This is the stuff I'm talking about right here. We gotta tighten that up a little bit. And if you look over here, it's still a little flat. So it needs a little fixing. And that's what we're aiming to do right now. Does it just do what it wants? It does what it wants. Okay. It's good. It's good. We'll let it ride. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about what I'm doing, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have about this process. Maybe you're looking to do this yourself, or you're just interested in it. That away, and grab our 120. Alright, we got that side pretty good. Now we're going to move on to the other side. So, this is, well, this is the before. I got you. See that? See how square off some of that is? This is not the best. Yeah. Anyways, that's before. See that? That's after. Pretty. I'd just like to stop here a minute and say I appreciate you guys joining me here for this skateboard build that we're making here. If you have not been here the whole time, I've been making a personal board for myself. Like right now I'm skating a 5-ply skateboard, and I want to go back to the 7-ply because I was comparing the strength of them to one another. But off topic, but either way, I appreciate you guys joining me here and watch me shape this thing up. Okay. Got both our edges good. Now we need to get this top taken care of. Now this is the tough part because this lighting is just awful, apparently, for getting a good shot here and telling the difference of what I'm doing. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. As always, I'm just trying to make this a little bit better. There we go. Maybe something like that. That'll work. We're going to clean this up here. It's just not looking good. And then obviously get all of our marks, our paint and everything. Or not paint, but painter's tape. We got to get that all off of there. So that is what we're doing here. Okay. Seems like I go through so many of those sometimes. But I always keep them around. They're great for hand sanding, so I'm just going to stick right there. Side 2. Get this thing perfected. We want to get it nice and pretty and smooth. So I'm taking out all the major defects with this 120. Just reminded me. I got to get these little bits. There we go. Some chatter mark for my jigsaw. Now, like I said, we're just trying to get any rough edges that we missed with the bag sander over there with this, and then we're going to come back with our 220 and tighten it up to get it really nice. Alright. So you notice I did a lot on the edges there. Is that color really that bad? Does this look white? This is bad. Sorry. I get distracted by everything. Everything. Oh, did I take... I think I took a picture. Look at that. Okay. I hit mostly the edges even though I did the edges before. I wanted to hit them again because it's more about the whole picture of the curve rather than just that one part. So like I'll go over this whole thing a little bit at a time. right to make sure that it is correct. Now, I didn't hit this much at all because I want to just hit this with 220. If I hit it too much with 120, it's not gonna look good. It's gonna put little rivets, or not, kind of depressions in it. We don't want that. So we're gonna start back at our top. Switching back to the light is just too bright. I gotta turn that down. Say real quick, I appreciate that KF. I really appreciate that. If you want to get one made, please let me know. Or if you have any questions or anything about this one, feel free to ask. It's going to be a personal shape for myself. I think it's going to be nice. Just about done though. We're getting close. Aside from whacking my thumb with this damn board, which hurts like hell now, we're pretty much there. like to look it over real tightly, make sure everything's the way it's supposed to be. Sometimes it's hard to tell, like with this camera right now, this lighting, you can't tell, right? Like it's hard to see what I'm seeing. But it's there, like it needs some refining, just a little bit. Just the littlest bit. So that's what we're working on. Just trying to fix that up. So we're going to do it this way. No clamp necessary. So again, this goes along with that bigger picture thing I was talking about, where I'm trying to get long strokes, and that will refine any imperfections that I may have missed or glossed over. As you can see, this thing is pretty darn straight. I decided against the egg shape. I didn't feel like that was going to be for me. But, yeah, pretty darn good. Pretty good. You always got to test them once you go get through the process and make sure you didn't mess it up by sanding too much. Now, we're just about ready for our final inspection. Final inspection. Okay, so I think we got it. I think we're good. Now the question is, how good are we? We're going to try something here. Turn that off. Go along with this. I wasn't supposed to happen. There we go. Kind of a hot spot, right? That's alright. We get the idea. We know what we're going after. Well, I think we got it pretty good. ice sucks. Just falls over. Whatever. Alright. So, what is your final inspection? What do you think? Did it turn out alright? Let's see our total specs here. See what we ended up with. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Total length. 32. I would almost call that even. 32. It's like 32 and a 16th. That's pretty close. $32 and a 16th. I'm gonna call it that. 8 3/8 on the money. A perfect 8 3/8, I might add. I'm not trying to gloat or anything like that, don't get me wrong, but it is a perfect 8 3/8. Now, as far as the nose and tail, this is our nose. Show you. Come in. With me over here. Alright. That is my nose. That is my tail. This one has a little bit more of an angle to it than this one does. It's kind of flatter. Take away my statement. Just turned it in like that, that probably makes a big difference. So, our nose, 7 inches on the money. 7 inches on the money. So, let me turn this thing around for you. And I'll show you what we got here. We have mellow 8.33 by 32. What's the wheelbase? I think it was 14.33. Hold on now, we're finding. Wheelbase 14.33. Nose 7. Tail 7. In case you had any questions about what we were building here, yeah, that's basically what we had going on. So, turn this around here. There we go. Just like that. Now, the last thing I like to do, I know we're going over an hour now, is before we call it a finished project, take some of this. Want to make a board one day and see the process. Well, hey, if you got any questions, Shadow Wolf, I think that's, please hit me up and I'll answer any questions you got. got. You can do it right there. I'm going to be finishing this one up soon. But, you know, if you have any questions about this process or any other, please feel free to ask. I've been making these for a while. I know a thing or two. I really enjoy it. It's fun to do. I really appreciate everybody coming out here and joining me while I make this here skateboard. I think this bad boy is going to be nice. I think it's going to ride real nice. Like I was saying before, I've never had a square tail for myself. That's what we have here. Square tail. Which I did not write. Pretty legit, right? Yeah, I'll totally skate that. I mean, I'm doing this like I hope. Alright. I always like to hit every board with the final hand sander. Maybe seems overkill, like it's probably unnecessary, but why not? So I'd also like to mention, I may be doing a live tomorrow at say like 10. I'm going to be gluing up a skateboard, and so we'll see. Hopefully it's not going to be too hot by 10 o'clock, but I can't do it. We'll see, and I'm going to try to make a video of me doing that process. That's a fun one. It's not bad, but it can get hot and sweaty sometimes. So what I'm going to be making tomorrow in the press, I'm going to be pressing up a 12-inch by 40-inch for a custom wide body that somebody wants. We're going to go about a 10.5, I think, on that one. All right. I think I'm pretty happy with it. Let me bring it over here. See if the thing's not under that light. That light is just god awful. So that's what we got. Pretty good. The other side. Now my camera's all janked up. There we go. Final shape. And something I like to do is put it on the ground and see what it looks like on the ground. Because that really makes a big difference to me. Is you don't know how good a skateboard is till you pop that boy on the ground, see what it's going to look like. I think it looks pretty good. Like I said, you never know what it's going to be. If it's going to be good or if it's going to be bad. But I think this one's pretty sweet. Let me turn this around again. Because it's mine, I can do this. That's going to be nice. Okay. So if you have any questions about this, please feel free to hit me up anytime. But as for this one, we're done. We're going to call it a day on that build. So, as always, I appreciate you guys joining me. Take it easy. Have a good night.